First, there was Calpea, the bust of a Neolithic woman reconstructed in 2019. Joining her now in the museum ranks, we have the unnamed man, the bust of a man who lived in Gibraltar during the Bronze Age, around 4,000 years ago. His skull was found in a burial site in Bray's Cave, together with the remains of 8 other humans. DNA tests were carried out with as much information as possible put into the final reconstruction. There is some guesswork involved, such as the man's expression, for example. But details such as his eye, hair and skin color are based on a sample of inhabitants from the time period.
Around 4,000 years ago, when this man was walking around Gibraltar, the entire Iberian population of males was replaced by males from the Russian steppe. And he seems to be either first generation or one of the people who was recently arriving from those lands. So, as I was saying, he's a Gibraltarian, but recently arrived, very early generations, and from the area of the Black Sea, the Caspian Sea, and so on. What you can't reconstruct is the smirk on his face. That's artistic licensing, but we know that's the hair color, that's the skin color, that's the eye color, and we can tell you that from the way that the reconstruction took place, the muscles that were put on top of the skull and so on, that is the face of the person. Well, he would have been a hunter-gatherer. He was living up the rock. He would have probably been a goat herder or something along those lines. It would have been a pretty basic life where he was just getting on with his things, with his goats and so on. And obviously died at a reasonably early age from what we're used to at the moment. But I'm sure he would have been happy here.
And the beads around his neck are a replica of a necklace found at the burial site.
Well, the amber bead was discovered in situ within the burial. And at the time, I remember a lot of the archaeologists were really making a big fuss about it. And it's quite special to us because there aren't many amber sources in this area. And it was only recently when we were doing this DNA work, trying to understand where he came from, realizing that he came from the area of the Black Sea and the Caspian Sea, that it clicked. One of the big sources of amber is actually that area. So it's almost, we haven't shown that, verified that yet, but it's a good chance that maybe he brought it all the way from over there, or someone from his family.
The reconstruction was carried out by Manuel Jaén from the museum team. The museum will now call for suggestions for names on its website and social media, and a short list of names will be put to a public vote.